Can Zeke deke again? It's the coach. This is NFL football.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the Mississippi State man, now in his 4th season in the National Football League, Dak Prescott.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. But it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Cook able to escape. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year, there on the stop. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall this season to go instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. The numbers for Diggs from a week ago. 4 catches, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
Eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 14 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
70,
On third down.
You ready?
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll roll him out right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Luck now to throw. And Diggs has it. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On second and 12, Luck letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54.
Here we go on fourth. Luck. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll run for it with Cook. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, second and goal. On second down, this is Madison. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Bailey now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up tomorrow night. Monday Night Football comes your way, 8:15 Eastern. Seahawks, 49ers from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. They start on the ground with Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw on third down. Rush. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man?
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Rush to throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Rush letting one fly. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball.
He's got it at the 15. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the gun, Luck. This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Luck. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Well, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down. Rush. Caught by Cobb. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out on the West Coast.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
54. Defense wins championships, baby.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They are going for it. It's locked. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Luck. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Madison, and he will. his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Alexander Madison with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a second time for 6 points.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go to Elliott again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Rush. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. On 1st and 10, Rush. It's caught. Cooper. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Again, it's Cook. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now it's locked. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Cook able to escape. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On. Watch the twist. Gone right. Check three.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Play action. It's locked. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is locked. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Luck on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rush connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Rush. That's complete to Cobb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Prescott throwing complete to Cobb. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing is long. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
54. Let's go. Hey, check 24.
Throwing now. Luck. Rolling to his left. Going deep for Dick. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Come on. Go.
Now a play fake, and it's Luck. They'll roll him out right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Chidobe with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.